How many of you are here for the first time? Wow. Thank you so much for taking this step and for being here today. This is our 9th week standing outside this ordinary office-looking building. We're here and we'll keep coming back because the work that goes on here should never be ordinary. As many of you know, this is where ICE agents and DHS officials plan their daily hunting trips. They deploy in unmarked vehicles to abduct immigrants all across New England and deny them due process. Right now, immigrants are imprisoned here in basement cells. There are no beds, no windows, no clocks, no showers, no sinks, no soap, no medicine, hardly any food or water, and the lights are always on. Each cell is filled with dozens of immigrants, and there is a toilet sitting out in the center of the room. Recent court affidavits have also revealed that above the toilet is a camera pointing down to monitor the immigrants. Those who are imprisoned here are not even allowed to go outside.
I want to tell you about one immigrant who was recently detained here. Nixon Aroldo Asensi. He was born in Guatemala, has no criminal record, is married to a US-born citizen, and has 2 twin boys. Nixon and his wife started their own construction company, and he has been in the process of applying for a green card. On May 30th, Nixon pulled out of his driveway in Milford to go to work. From inside the house, his wife heard one of their boys screaming. From the window, they watched ICE agents violently arrest Nixon. ICE said they pulled him over because they were looking for his brother Victor. So Nixon showed them his ID, explained his immigration status, and showed the agents his approved petition for legal residency. They arrested him anyway. ICE agents always want to return from their hunting trips with a prize, no matter who it is or where they come from. They brought Nixon here. But the cells in the basement that are already overcrowded were so overcrowded that they shoved him in a small bathroom and locked him inside for 2 days. During this time, he was never allowed to call his wife, so she had no idea where he was. 2 days later, he was moved into a crowded cell and was finally able to call his wife. He told her that during those 2 days, he was locked in the bathroom. He had to sleep on the floor where it was covered in urine and feces. On June 11th, he missed his twins' 4th birthday. His wife shared that one of their sons, quote, didn't want to blow out the candles because he said, "I don't want cake, I want my daddy." Nixon is now being held in a detention center in New Hampshire. He is still not with his family. Another immigrant imprisoned here, whose name is withheld for fear of retaliation against their family, told her lawyer that she asked an ICE agent for a sweatshirt because she was so cold on the concrete floor that her teeth were chattering painfully. What did the ICE guard do? He went up to the office, printed out a photograph of her face, taped the photo on her cell wall with a note to the other guards that she should not be given anything because, quote, she had already been asking for too much. Another immigrant detained here, whose name is also being withheld, is a mother of 3 children. During her imprisonment, she had her period and was denied any menstrual products. She bled through her pants. What did the ICE guards do? They gave her a bottle of water to pour on herself. To this day, ICE claims that conditions here are that immigrants detained here are, quote, given ample food, regular access to phones, showers and legal representation, as well as medical care when needed. ICE claims that Nixon, Marcello, all of the other immigrants and lawyers are all liars. One ICE spokesperson even referred to one of their claims as, quote, another fabricated sob story. We're here because we know the truth. This place and the ICE agents that work here, whether they are guarding cells, abducting immigrants, or entering data on computers in cubicles, are all part of the cruelty. In a court affidavit, one immigration lawyer wrote, quote, the sad reality at the Burlington ICE detention center rivals those found in some of the most repressive regimes around the world. Detention under these conditions is unlawful. The barbaric conditions drastically fall below the minimum standard under well-established legal precedent requiring safe and sanitary conditions. This Burlington facility is so inhumane that for many immigrants, rather than continue the legal fight to be released from detention altogether, they've now begun asking their lawyers to focus their efforts on just getting them transferred to another detention center. This is the new reality. One immigrant who requested to be transferred is Carrie Diaz Martinez, a 29-year-old woman who fled the Dominican Republic to escape domestic abuse. As I shared here last week, Carrie is married to a U.S. citizen, has no criminal record, and is eligible to apply for a green card. Carrie was arrested at a courthouse on June 3rd and has been in prison here. I want to share some updates with you today. Carrie's health has been deteriorating rapidly. Her face and eyes are swollen. Her hair has begun falling out. This past Thursday, Carrie attended a court hearing to request a transfer out of Burlington. Upon seeing Carrie in person, seeing what this facility and the people who work here have done to her, the judge granted the request, and she was ordered to be moved to a detention center in Vermont. Here's some better news. Last night, we learned that upon further review of her case, the judge declared that her detainment was illegal and ordered her released from this hellhole. There have been some victories, but many immigrants are still in prison here, and more are brought here every day. The fact remains that among all of the horrific detention centers in the U.S., this facility right here in Burlington is becoming known as the worst of the worst, and it's no accident. This is what ICE agents aspire to achieve. Before coming here today, Lori and I received a message through our online sign-up form from someone we've never met. The message read, quote, "I'm old, I'm in a lot of pain, so I'm not sure when or if I can join you, but I'm going to try. My father fought Nazis under General Patton. I'm devastated to see how they have crawled their way into our government, and I want to fight back." Standing here today is one small way to fight back. Our president, our government officials, every person in this building, all stand together in the most impressive solidarity I've ever witnessed. They are in total agreement about their mission and tactics. They stand in brutal solidarity. I believe we must stand in loving solidarity. To resist effectively, we must set aside any differences we have on any other political issues to collectively support immigrants and their rights. It's the only way. The First Amendment of the Constitution states that we have the right, quote, "peaceably to assemble." And we must remain peaceful, loving, and committed to nonviolence no matter how deep our anger runs. There's a lot I want to yell right now at this building behind me, but I'm committed to nonviolence in speech and action. Let us not get lured into becoming hypocrites who demand peace while cheering violence. We can be the opposite of ICE in every way with compassion. As a mother whose 20-year-old son was abducted and imprisoned said, quote, "This is showing community. This is showing love, and that's what we need." ICE likes to remind us that this is just the beginning. That's often their refrain at press conferences and formal statements that they release. And to that I say, we're just getting started too. We're in this fight for the long haul, because in the face of more oppression, our support for immigrants and their rights will only grow stronger. But we all need each other to make an impact. Last night, I spoke with an immigration attorney with clients here in Burlington. At the end of our conversation, she said these words to pass along to all of us. Quote, "As attorneys, our emotions are so frayed when we're doing this work. I don't feel like a warrior. I feel like I'm pushing a boulder uphill that's just gonna crush me any minute. These protests fill me with so much motivation to keep doing what we're doing. Trust me, it makes a difference." And as we were talking, I could relate to her need for continued motivation. Every Wednesday, Lori and I get to stand alongside some of the kindest people we've ever met. And there's a certain feeling that always catches me by surprise. I never see it coming. I'm caught off guard by hope. Hope for the immigrants, hope for our country, hope for our species. In these terrible times, even a second of hope is a gift. And I wish for each of you to be caught off guard by hope at some point today or in the near future. It's the spark that will keep us together, that will keep us going from week to week until every immigrant in this country has the rights they deserve. Thank you.